General Kenobi, you are a bold one. I'm having a little too much fun, but it is what it is. We love Star Wars. Welcome back, everyone, to another week's episode of Three Simple Men making their way through the galaxy. If you've been following us for a while, you know us. If you're new to the show, I'm Tom. With me is Ryan and Mike, and this week we're doing the Clone Wars in chronological order. So we're in season 2, episode 1, titled the
Holochron Heist.
Holochron Heist. Thank you. But you know what? Personally, after watching this episode, I think the title should have been called The Art of Deception. But that's just my take. What y'all think about the episode, though?
Loved it. I mean, we get introduced to just a fantastic Star Wars character. And also, I believe the first mention of holocrons, right? In the entire thing.
So far?
I think they were mentioned in Attack of the Clones, but maybe not. I mean, there was I could be wrong, but
No, I
yeah.
think you're thinking of either the archives or what you're seeing in that scene was like a little ball that showed the Outer Rim system.
Like the map, yeah. I don't know, or chart. I think they call that chart, the
Star
charts.
chart, yeah.
Yeah, so I think this might be the first time. I could be, feel free for anyone to fact check me, but I think it's the first mention. Which, I don't want to jump right to the end, but a lot of cool stuff we learned with this. So
Also,
to
favorite
take
droid,
us,
by the way.
what?
I said we have a new favorite droid. I think there should be a top list for favorite droids in the Star Wars universe, and we just met one.
Definitely an entertaining droid. Let me just throw out the quote that the episode starts with: "A lesson learned is a lesson earned." Nice, short and sweet. And our episode starts off with us on the planet of Felucia, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
And battle's happening. Ahsoka is ordered to stand down and retreat, and she disagrees with that order. And Obi-Wan says, direct order, and she says, well, Anakin always taught me not to back down. Did anyone else kind of catch the funny moment where when Anakin and Obi-Wan fly in to kind of pull her out, Anakin like walks out of the ship and he's like, get in there, and like points. It was like a parent scolding their child.
Oh, I thought you were going more with the whole. It's like, where's Ahsoka? Following your training. Is she winning? That was his first question.
For now, yeah.
I thought that was funny.
But it seemed like mom and dad showed up and had to yell at Ahsoka.
Who's got the kid this weekend?
We then get like every Jedi pretty much in this episode, whether they talk or not. It was pretty cool. Because I kind of glossed over the beginning. We start with an air battle, which is happening, and what's his name is commanding.
Yeah, Plo Koon's flying in with the gunships and saving his pilots where he can, and then we see the Jedi Council convening, and Obi-Wan reported back to the council. Ahsoka didn't follow instructions, and Anakin tried to cover up and say it was his fault, and he underestimated Ahsoka's capabilities, but that didn't fly with Mace Windu. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna take you out from the battle for now. We're gonna put you on guard duty at the archive. So that was not a
things after you're done, Mike. Well, one, I'm dumb for thinking this, but I was like, now that I'm looking at the gunships from a different perspective, that they're just space helicopters that are just going down into the planet. I'm like, this is like the first time we're actually seeing the gunships coming from
in space, yeah,
going into orbit, and then just landing on the planet. I'm like, space helicopters.
Yeah, that's the first time, because from what we've seen so far, gunships are deployed on the planet. We never seen them being deployed from a cruiser going straight down to Felucia. So that was a good catch.
You're right.
Yeah, and then here I'm gonna go with my hot take right now. Ahsoka did not do anything wrong. the Jedi is wrong in this because yes, they're reprimanding her for her negligence, but they forget to realize what Anakin said. She's very young. She hasn't been really trained as a proper Jedi. She's been trained as a soldier. And I think we've had this conversation before about it's becoming apparently clear. It's like it isn't about your Jedi training anymore. It's more about now you have to fight this war for the Republic, for the Jedi Order, to keep peace, freedom, to endeavor for the Republic. And the Jedi just completely disregard that sense, and they're just like, "No, you're in trouble. No, no, no."
Well, I mean, we kind of saw that she was wrong. If she stayed and fought, she would have been overrun. She didn't notice that there were people coming all from all angles on her. And it wasn't until they got out, and then we immediately see her ship get blown up.
And I'm thinking more of like if a proper trained Jedi without the war could actually learn that sense of ability of I'm picturing the war, I'm picturing the battle around me. Like I'm hearing this is happening, I'm having this, but no, my mind is focus focusing. I was watching Austin Powers Gold member the other day. No, a one-track minded focus on the battle. And it
Tunnel
happens. It's a real life thing too. It's just pretty much like you're constantly focused on one thing. You're not paying attention around your surroundings, and it's really hard sometimes. It's easy to do. It's hard to just keep that mentality.
Did anyone notice? I pointed it out a few episodes ago, and there was another one this time on the ships. The artwork. One of them had Plo Kool's face on it as a painted on the side. I believe his dropship had his face painted on the front of it. Did you catch that or no?
No, that's
I did see some art, but I wasn't sure what it was. I thought it was just like, I don't know, what was the design from the last one we saw?
It was a rat monkey.
Yeah, I thought maybe, um, yeah, I guess I'll have to watch that and see what the design was, because maybe it was just another lizard or another animal, but
Are they
yeah,
rat monkeys? Did I make that up? Rat monkeys, lizard. What are they called? The
monkey
are we
lizards or
thinking of
monkey lizard, not rat monkey. Monkey lizard. It was a monkey lizard last time. This time it was definitely Plo Kool's face with maybe some trooper faces too or something. It was kind of that was on one, and then one of them just had like the or the not the rebel symbol, the symbol above Tom's head, the imperial symbol.
I'm just
or
thinking of Monkey
yeah.
Lizard for a second. I'm thinking about you ever seen the movie Beer Fest?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Where he just genetically, because he's been training to drink beer for the Oktoberfest or the Beer Olympics in Germany for way too long, he just dozes off and he's got like monkey frogs and he just takes it in the trash and he burns it to the ground. He's just like, I'm so sorry. That's where my mind just went. I don't know. My mind's going to both Star Wars and just movies lately. I don't know what's going on.
Um, so we do get the fun little battle, but then we get the Jedi Council, which is fun. We haven't been there in a while. We get Mace Windu and Yoda. And as Mike mentioned, the scolding happens. Ahsoka gets ordered to do guard duty and guard the archives. And then pretty much immediately afterwards, right, we get Yoda has a vision that
Or was it?
somebody
The
well, man, there might have been the scene where we knew before Yoda did, but Yoda does get his vision that someone's going to break into the Jedi Temple. But then we get the introduction of Cad Bane, who is one of the coolest designed, like just drawn characters, basically. I mean, we get he's a cowboy. I mean, he's like your cowboy bounty hunter, mercenary, like
think of a
cool
space
Clint Eastwood hat, just
think of a
awesome.
space western, a saloon at a bar in space, and pretty much he's just there at the bar with his hat, facing forward. and he's about to meet someone, pulls out that drink and just goes, "It's about damn time."
Well, Star Wars, I want to say the original Star Wars was originally considered kind of a space western.
I think that
Uh,
was the whole idea of it. I think so.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they really pull into it, and he's such a cool character. We will definitely be seeing more of him. And thankfully, one of the characters that does get uh transition to live action too, which was just fantastic when they did it, and very excited to continue with our boy Cad Bane, and as Tom alluded to, his droid butler, Toto 360.
A little fun fact: do you guys know who voiced the Toto?
Yep. Seth Green, baby.
Shout out to Seth Green.
Yep. Think he's a big Star Wars fan. I think he was also behind the Robot Chicken series. So I'm glad they were able to slot him in and give him a voice role in this. So
You know what? Shout out to Robot Chicken because I still watch Robot Chicken. Like it is just it's awesome.
It's funny that you referenced Austin Powers.
because Seth Green's in
All
that too.
connected, baby.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, that was fun. We do get this interaction between uh the Sith Lord, as he's referred to in this episode,
I mean,
by Cad, with Cad, who he's hiring Cad Bane to break into the archives and steal a holocron. And I believe he tells him he wants him to steal a holocron, right? Yeah, so we know what he's after in the beginning.
Mhm.
Hence the name of the episode, Holochron Heist 2. We then get we realize that Cad's not doing this on his own. He's hired Cato, Cato,
Mhm.
who is another shapeshifter, which we've seen this species prior in the attempted assassination of Padme.
That Wuzzle,
Yep.
associate with Django Fett, absolutely. Uh, now we heard that term changeling,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're like, when you watch Attack of the Clones, you're just like, that's a weird way of calling a species, but okay. Now we actually saw because hey, that's a very good asset to have as a bounty hunter or an assassin to actually not only physically change your species from your original into who you're supposed to be, but you also get the voice as well.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is this is a high task to do because you're going into the Jedi Temple. There, remember, you may look like it, may sound like the Jedi, but there is one thing that they have you don't, and that is the Force. So this is a very tough task at hand,
Yeah.
regardless.
Not only do you have to break in, but you also got to maintain your cover. So unfortunately, I mean, you see, Sidious provides some intel and some tech to get in, but yeah, they need that person on the inside to make sure it goes off smoothly. So we see that, um, yeah. So guess either Cad Bane killed or captured a Jedi, and we see this changeling. I forget what the Jedi Master's name was, but
Ord
Innocence or something.
Innocence. Ord
Yeah,
Innocence.
thank you.
Well, unfortunately, I believe I don't think Cad was leaving him alive. I'm pretty sure Cad killed him. Uh,
Probably,
Yeah, I
but
and
mean,
yeah.
it's not the first time we saw a bounty hunter kill a Jedi either.
No.
mm,
And Cad, yeah, so you're right. Cato uh becomes Ord and Innocence and infiltrates the library. Well, the Jedi Temple and then the library.
yep. And
Um
you see Ahsoka trying to be friendly, like, "Hey, can you give me something to do?" And he's just like, "Nope, get away from me, youngling. Like, mind your own business. Let me do my thing." And we see that, yeah, he's pretty much the first task is to get into the temple. So we see him at one of the computers and typing in or giving them a specific coordinates of where to go. And then to your point earlier, that's when Yoda senses the force or senses the disturbance in the force that, hey, we've got intruders and we don't know what they're after. And we know that they're going after a holocron, but Obi-Wan and Anakin are thinking is like, well, what could they be possibly after? And they're thinking they're going after tactical information with the war going on. So they're going to different places. And we see that they do infiltrate it by poking a hole in the shield and disrupting the sensors for a quick second.
Just going back to what you said before about how the one of the bounty hunters, the changeling, forgot the name, but whatever, we'll just keep it moving. Like I said before, the mannerisms of a Jedi. You saw how they got stressed out. They're like, leave me alone. Like, they got a little aggressive. A Jedi Master would not, or Jedi Knight, Jedi Master would not be like that. So who do we see who's just like, wait a minute, something doesn't seem right?
This is us.
Costa.
Yep. None
Yeah.
other than Madame Costa.
Yep, she definitely catches it. You see, they have that little shot of her kind of looking like a weird interaction with the Padawan. And then of course she then well, we get Yoda then sensing that they are now been fully infiltrated, and to put the and Obi-Wan and Anakin kind of figure it out that there's been a break-in and a breach, so they put the temple on high alert. Jocasta goes to tell Ord Innocence that the temple's on high alert, and he proceeds, or Cato, disguised as Ord, proceeds to knock out Jocasta, the librarian, and then take her identity or shapeshift into her.
Yep, and we see whether it was Ahsoka or Jocasta trying to intervene, we see that the heist almost goes wrong for Cad Bane when they're in the vault, and they didn't realize that, oh, hey, we missed a sensor hit, and they nearly get killed by the fans.
Yeah,
So
a little Willy Wonka situation.
I was about to say that. Dude, were they about to Charlie it right now?
Yeah, it was Cad and Toto getting sucked up into the fan. Remind me of yeah, Charlie and
You
well,
drank the Sizzy Fizzlin lift.
Grandpa.
You get nothing. Good day, sir.
But we do realize, and we kind of glossed over it, but earlier on, Cad had put something in the back of Toto, saying that his memory, he was having memory issues, and we saw what it was, but we didn't know what it was. And then as the Obi-Wan and Anakin are approaching Cad and Toto's position, Cad sends Toto into the data room or communication room where Yoda and the other Jedi are. But then we see him slap something up on the wall, and it's the same thing that he had put in the back of Toto, but this time while he slaps it on the wall, we see it counting down. So we kind of realize, oh. So he blows up the hallway, making Obi-Wan and Anakin believe that the target was the communication room, and then he sneaks into the archive vault to steal the holocron. We get another fun interaction between Toto and the Jedi when he awkwardly walks in on all of them. And then unfortunately blows up. So R.I.P. Toto. 360.
Like, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
Cad yeah, blew up his own droid as a diversion. So Cad gets the holocron, he sneaks out in a Jedi robe. And then we learn some very we skipped over the fact that Ahsoka ends up confronting Cato disguised as Jocasta, and they get into a lightsaber fight. And I gotta say, you know, Cato wasn't too bad with the lightsaber. Held
I was about
prone
to say,
for a
like,
little
that,
bit.
a skilled Jedi Padawan in battles with a lightsaber versus a mercenary with a lightsaber, like, that battle should not have lasted that long. But I mean,
I guess Cato's trained with a sword, right? You know?
Mhm.
Possibly.
Yeah,
some sort of saber or vibra
Maybe a
sword.
fighting spirit, I guess.
well, bounty hunter, you got to be skilled, or else you won't get hired. So
Yeah.
whether it's with the blaster, go with the sword. Yeah, she held her
Remember,
own for a little
kids, it doesn't matter. Pick up a lightsaber and start swinging away. You'll be good.
bit.
And I'm assuming that was, what do you think? I'm assuming that was Ord's lightsaber that they probably
I thought maybe it was Jocasta's.
I thought
that
it
she
was
picked up Jocasta after
yeah,
knocking her out.
Yeah.
yeah.
So then but anyway, we learned that the holocron is, well, Cato just gives up all the information she knows. She's not a very loyal captive, and says that Cad's next mission is to go to Bala Rapal, the keeper of the
Kyber crystal.
crystals,
Hmm.
with the holocron, which has all the force sensitive children on it, which I'm going to assume is the one, because we won't do an episode on this because we're just doing the watch through. But is this the same holocron from the fall Fallen Jedi?
Uh,
Mm, I don't. There's a possibly.
Right? 'Cause isn't he Cal? The whole thing is you're trying to.
There is. I
He
think
ends
there's
up destroying it. Spoilers
yeah.
of the game, but
Uh, yeah. Fallen Order. Yeah, there. I think
Fallen
there.
Order. Sorry, not Fallen Jedi. Yeah,
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it was.
there was.
that's a holocron that has a bunch of. It's the same thing. It's a holocron that has all the force sensitive kids on it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So I assume it's the same holocron.
I mean, unless there's more than one keeper of that information, because I mean, it's Ball Paul, and we see. I don't know who was
Well,
just Ball Order, but
Bala Rapal is the keeper of the crystals. The
right.
holocron that he stole has the location of all the force sensitive children on it. Also, sorry, want to go back. Really dumb. I don't understand what, like, the whole reason they didn't just originally think the intruder was going after the holocron was they were like, oh, he wouldn't need he wouldn't go after the holocron. He would need only a Jedi could open that, and they just like blow that off like they're not fighting a war against a fallen Jedi Dooku. Like, wouldn't you suspect Dooku? They were like, oh, it can't be that. They must
like
be
I said,
communication.
this episode should have been titled "The Art of Deception."
I just thought part of it was just and again, maybe it's just bad writing at that point, but like, none of them would consider, I mean, obviously they're not going to know that it was in fact, Darth Sidious of the Sith who's trying to get it because they don't know he exists. But they do know Dooku is fighting a war against them, and I would assume Dooku would have the ability to open a holocron.
They were
So
taken as soldiers, not as Jedi.
I think they're like, oh, only a Jedi. I don't know.
Yeah,
Except
that's
like
That
like,
just seemed a little like a weird part that they kind of put in there.
oh, they're
you
gonna
would,
go after their plans.
yeah,
They're
you would think
Jedi
that
Temple.
like
We do
if
have thing for it's sensitive Jedi or issue information. Like, yeah, it was like the fact that they just brushed off that thought that fast baffles me.
I mean, you would think that, especially with the way he blew up the vault, you think you would want to guard the holocron at least with split Obi-Wan and Anakin up. So that was like poor decision making on their part.
Mm. And there's
Because
plenty of other
yeah,
Jedi, like Kit
yeah,
Fisto was walking around. We saw
That's
uh,
her.
Ayla
weird.
Secora, Mace Windu, Yoda. Yeah, you
Just
definitely
kind
saw
of
a lot of
weird.
high-ranking Jedi, and
The game's
so
all
yeah,
good.
again, everyone was. I mean, like you said, Thomas, the art of deception. Everyone was convinced that they would go after the communications center, but you know, unfortunately, we see this changeling like give up very easily. That yeah, they're making a play and they're going after the future of the Jedi Order. So bold move, Cotton. We'll see how it plays out with next week's episode.
That's it. And we'll see if that holocron, what happens with it.
And of course, the one Jedi who has it is out of communication. So
Well, he doesn't have it.
No, but they have no way of letting him know that, hey, someone's coming after you. Like,
Yeah, I don't understand. That's where I was a little like, he's the keeper because it was at the
keeper of the Kyber crystal.
yeah. So then why? So Cad had to steal this holocron that has the force sensitive. So do they think he's just going to Bola Rapal to have him open it or something?
That's where I'm thinking. It's pretty much like they're going to force him to open it up.
Even though Sidious could just open it himself?
I mean, it's got to, I think it's more of like, does it have to be like a known Jedi, like where it's like their use of the force matches the.
Oh,
It,
I thought it was just that it could only be opened with the
yeah,
force.
that's what I'm thinking as well.
So I don't know. It's a little we'll see what happens. It's definitely I'm confused. But again, love the episode, love Cad Bane. He's such a great character.
Nice change of pace. We had a lot of battles over these past few weeks, but now we're seeing a heist pull off, and
Yes.
so yeah, we'll see how it all plays out.
All right. Anything else, fellas?
Never ran out of friends, kids.
Any quotes?
No, just the initial one that I Why do you have one?
No, I don't. Just
No. No, just
Gonna end
just
it with I was gonna, since we did a lot of movie references today, I was gonna end it with the never rat out your friends and always keep your mouth quiet. Like a Goodfellas quote, like when Henry Hill gets indicted or gets out of his he pops his cherry in that beginning scene.
Well, Cato did certainly not do that because now they know exactly where Bane's going, maybe. Unless that was also all part of the plan. I guess we'll have to see.
Well,
Like,
it's a wrap. Thank you everyone for joining Three Simple Men, making their way through the galaxy. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, and come back next week for some more Clone Wars content. May the Force be with you always.